Hi ducks, it's me Charlie and I'm back again for another episode of Dear Society. If you're new here then my name's Charlie, and if you're a returning person then thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I've been overwhelmed by the amount of support that I've received, like the messages, and thank you so much to people who have reached out, because it makes me feel like I'm not alone, and now you know that you're not alone, and that was the aim of doing this. So that's why I want to share a bit more of my experience with you today. If you are new here, then please make sure that you subscribe, ring the bell so you get notifications, check out my other videos if you haven't already. Yeah, thank you so much. Today's topic is something that I've wanted to talk about because I've recently sort of gone back on social media after I left the MLM in January. I kind of came off social media for a bit because social media sort of wasn't a place that was fun for me anymore. I'd been taught to use it like a business tool for 18 months, so I didn't enjoy social media. So I came off it for a bit. I've come back now. I'm trying out new platforms like YouTube. I've just started a TikTok. I've also started a Twitter. So I'll pop everything below. So what I want to talk about today is to do with MLMs. I've seen loads and loads of, like, now that I'm back on the social media vibe, one thing that I've noticed a lot of on the Instagram and TikTok is I've seen quite a lot of videos of people saying why not to quit MLMs. And I think that's something that we really need to talk about. From the start, before you even join an MLM, it's sort of drilled into your head that the only way that you can fail is if you quit. Now, looking back, I mean, if you don't know already, I've got a background in psychology. I'm a final year student studying psychology and counselling. I actually paused my degree because I was so obsessed with this MLM. I deferred my degree for a year because I thought that was the right thing to do. I thought it was correct timing and positioning, but it just sort of shows, now that I'm out of it, I can see that the tactics that were used, I was literally brainwashed. The level of toxic positivities that I have seen and I'm seeing is not okay, and I'm going to do a longer video about toxic positivity and things another day and like talk about my experience of that. But today I want to talk about why it is okay to leave an MLM. We've got all these videos of why it's not okay to leave an MLM, reasons to quit. I'm saying like reasons to quit, and then they're like, none. There are no reasons to quit, but there are reasons to quit. And that's why MLMs have such a high recruitment push, because there are always people leaving. So today I'm going to share the signs of why you should be leaving your online business, MLM, network marketing, social selling, whatever you want to call it. These are the reasons why you should leave. So if you don't already know, a bit of background, I was in a travel MLM for the past sort of like 18 months. So I joined way back before the pandemic. I did book a lot of travel. I made a team, but I decided to leave back in January. Check out my first two videos if you haven't already watched them. I'll tell you more about my personal story. But yeah, it was sort of like when I did leave, the rose tinted glasses came off and I started to look back at the things that I used to post on my social media. And you know, like when you get memories flash up on like Facebook or Instagram, now it's like horror for me because I literally cringe at every single thing that I ever said. And the fact that I believed it so hard, I believed that I was told that this was going to sort me out. It was going to be my career. It was going to get me the surgeries and things that I needed quicker than what the NHS would be. I was in like the top 3% of the company. And I'm not saying that like to brag or anything. I'm just saying that because a lot of people will go, oh yeah, well she failed. Failed person at MLM, now like hates them all. No, that's not the case at all. I don't like the way that they use deceitful tactics to get you in the MLM. Because I know that that's what people will say. And I know that that's what we're taught to believe when we're in an MLM. You know, if somebody leaves or somebody contacts us and like questions, are you sure that this is legit? You're not in a pyramid scheme or whatever. I trusted my upline. She probably trusted her upline or whatever. So what I want you to do, if you are in an MLM, these are the things that I did that made me realise that, hang on, things weren't all as good as they seemed. Leaving an MLM can be so daunting. We're always like automatically sort of taught to believe that anyone who's anti-MLM has already joined an MLM, failed at an MLM, so now they hate all MLMs. That's not the case at all. You have some sort of trust with your uplines, so you sort of believe what they tell you, and you believe the leaders. You know, that's why they're where they are. If they can do it, we can all do it, right? Obviously we know we can't because there is not enough population. So if you are in an MLM, I want you to think now, how much have you actually earned? For me, I thought I'd earned quite a lot because I kept all of the money that I got in my hyper wallet, wherever it went to. It's like an online PayPal thing. So it all went in there and I kept it in there and I didn't look at it because I kind of wanted to save that money. I waited until I got a certain amount in that account and then I withdrew it. So I thought that I'd like earned loads of money. I was like, oh my God, I got 4 figures from this business. When I sat down now and actually thought about it, how much, even though I was earning, how much was I paying for? I want you to have a think now. Did you have to pay a startup fee? Do you have to pay a monthly fee or put like a certain amount of, I don't know how they work really, but points or quotas? Do you have to put a certain amount through for you to be able to get your commissions or for you to be an active member? And you've got to remember as well that if you're buying stuff for yourself, like if you're product-based MLM and you're buying stuff for yourself, you've got to take that out of your profit because that's not profit, because that's yours. You've bought that, so you've purchased it. So I sat down and I thought, right, so I pay £156 sign-up fee and then I had to pay £46 a month. So I worked out that over a year, including the sign-up fee, I spent £662. That's how much it costs for you to run your travel business over the space of a year. Just want to say as well, that's if you're being an ITA and a rep, which you'll be encouraged to be both, because they'll say, oh, you'll lose your position on the matrix. This is a whole different thing, which is so dodgy, which I'm going to do another video on. But yeah, you need to be honest with yourself and work out, because when I did that, I thought, yeah, maybe I had earned 4 figures over the space of that year, but it's cost me £662 a year. And then you've got to think, on top of that as well, there's hidden fees. So my money was sat in this hyper wallet for that year. I had no idea that I was paying to keep that open. So like £5 a month or whatever it was going out of that hyper wallet for that year. So then another 5 times 12. So that's another £60. So then we're talking that I've only made 200 and something pound profit. And then when I worked out that PlanNet Marketing paid me, but then took money off my residual income, I was probably actually in deficit, because that's something that I wasn't told. No one gets told this. If somebody joins and then they leave, if PlanNet Marketing have already paid you either £35 as a rep or £42 as a Gold Plus builder, if that person then decides to leave, PlanNet want that money back. Obviously they can't take it out of your bank account or whatever, but what they do is they take it off your next month's residual income. So I'd been expecting at one point, I had 25 people in my team, so I was expecting £75 residual income, and I only got £16. I was like, why have I only got £16? I've got a team of 25 people. By the way, that in itself says a lot. They go on about residual income and how you're going to get this residual income and it takes time to build and stuff. I'd been in the company for 18 months and the most residual income I got was, I'll put it on my last video, I think. It was like $80, so like 60 quid or something. £60 a month. That's nothing, is it? Let's be completely honest here. And when I worked out how much time I was putting into it, well, I'll talk about that in a little bit. But yeah, I want you to have a think about, really, are you actually earning money, or are you actually just paying to be in a community? Because I know for a fact that I would have been. That's why I left. You've got to be honest with yourself. Like, looking back at my videos, I was so happy that I'd like saved so much money on my travel and things. Now that, like I say, I've took my rose tinted glasses off, yeah, I probably did save myself money on some of my travel, but that was because I was looking for the best deal I could get. I wasn't looking for a specific hotel. It was for myself. I was just looking for the best deal I could get. But that's what I'd do now that I'm not a travel agent. I would still look for the best deal I could get. For example, like I said in my other video, TUI would be 7% more expensive booking through me. So I was actually saving money by booking through TUI as a customer. So I'm pretty sure that, yeah, I probably could have found equally as good deals. It's like, you know, think about the old school travel agents and stuff when they used to have like the best deals in the window, and you go past, you'd be like, oh my God, wow. And you wouldn't get that, like, say it was in TUI, you wouldn't get that from, if you went to Thomas Cook with that exact thing, they wouldn't be able to get you that exact one, but they might say, here's an alternative for the same sort of price, or this is a really good deal. And that's what I would do. So there might have been a hotel that I really wanted to go to, but if it was more expensive on my system, I would purposely search for one so that I was getting an agent deal. So it's not, if you actually wanted to be a travel agent like I did, you weren't really saving money for your customers. So people didn't really want to book through you. Don't be fooled by like promotions and things that you see. I know a lot of people get down in like MLMs because they see all these people having these amazing promotions and doing really, really well. But there's a reason those people are getting those promotions, and there's a reason that those people are doing really well. There's no regulation of MLMs in this country. There are so many dodgy things that can happen. You can have your account terminated like within a second. So what happens to that willable income that you've got then? I'm sure you're not going to get it. If they just terminate your account for any reason whatsoever, which they can, then what happens? Where's that willable income then? Where's your residual income then? If they've terminated your account, trust me, you aren't getting a penny, because I've not even had a response from emails 3 months ago. I can't talk too much about other MLMs because I don't know really how they work with points and things, but I do know that with some, like Valentis, I watched Hattie's video, I will link her below. With Valentis, you can actually buy your rank. So you can buy like the amount of points to buy your rank, which is absolutely crazy. That's just blatant pyramid scheme. With regards to the travel business, it's pretty similar, I guess. I would book my own travel, and if it was over £500, then I'd have hit a promotion for that. I'd have hit a promotion for making that booking. But what people didn't see was that that booking was for me, and that the amount of commission I actually got from that booking was about £50. And now I'm looking back at it, it's actually quite embarrassing really, isn't it? Like, if they've booked something for 2022, the travels, they're going to get paid for it till 90 days after that travel. So they might be waiting a year and a half. And you know what? I'm not even gonna lie. That to me is just a ploy to get you to stay in longer, because I used to be like, oh yeah, well, if I leave then I won't get my commissions. No, you will get your commissions. If you ever get your commissions, that is. I mean, how can I say that? They have to, though. They have to give you your commissions. That was something I found out. It was a lie when people said, oh, if you leave, you don't get your commissions. No, you can leave. You're still entitled to your commission. Don't let your upline or anyone else lie and say that you'll lose everything if you leave. So yeah, I know personally within the travel business, it might look like everyone's hitting promotions left, right and centre, but that just means that they have booked some travel. It doesn't mean they've been paid for it. It doesn't mean the travel's going to go ahead. So to me, it shouldn't really be a promotion until it's happened. And it just makes me really sad, because the people who are booking these probably haven't realised that if they do get their commission, they're only going to get 2 or 3%. And another thing, a booking does not take 2 minutes. Like they'll say, oh yeah, but you've made £50 from a 20-minute booking. But no, my booking didn't take me 20 minutes. If I've booked travel if I was booking it for myself, then maybe, yeah, it might be a bit more, you know, it's typed in my system. But if I was booking travel for my customers, this is a live booking system sometimes, like TUI and Major. They were live booking systems, so I had to be so careful, because if I put something in wrong and then booked it, that plane ticket's already booked. You've got to pay charges and admin and stuff to get the names changed or whatever, yeah. So you have to be so careful. And I personally stopped booking travel for people. I had a friend ask me to look into booking a wedding for her, and I wasn't comfortable enough to do it. One, because watch my first video and you'll find out why I have no faith in the company with regards to not paying refunds to customers. Yeah, don't be fooled. Don't think that everybody's like making loads of money, because they're not. They won't actually make any money from these bookings until the bookings have been completed, if they're ever completed, because I'm not being funny. We're still in the middle of a blooming global pandemic. It's not the best time to become a travel agent, really, is it? Another thing I don't understand. So I became an agent 18 months ago, before the pandemic. People who have joined since, who have joined in like January, And they're going, oh yeah, I've made this much money in 3 months. They've had no travel for the past 3 months. So where have you made your money? And I'm not saying this to get on at these people personally. I'm saying it to try and make you realise. Let me just say again, a pyramid scheme is where you're paying to recruit people. So if you've joined a business 3 months ago, we've had no travel, we've been on national lockdown for the past 5-6 months, there's been no travel anywhere, but you're saying that you've made this X amount of money, you've made it through recruiting. You have not made it through travel. If that doesn't tell you that you're involved in a pyramid scheme, then see, I thought I'd made most of my money through travel, but looking back now, no, I hadn't. I think I made £230 through travel, through doing loads of bookings for 18 months, the ones that went ahead. I made like 4 figures from recruiting. So the people who were 1-star directors, 2-star directors, 3-star directors who admit that they've never booked travel for anyone have purely made their money through recruiting. I'm sorry, but I just can't get over like the fact that, anyway, on to my next point. Other promotions as well. So like you see like travel promotions. So we would have like business, we would have like dream make promotion and vacation build promotion. Well, you had to pay to attend that course. So again, you're paying for a promotion and you don't get anything. You get a little pin through the post and a certificate, but you won't get anything else. It doesn't mean anything. It's just to look good on social media. It's just to look good to get people in. And it really upsets me because I just keep seeing all these poor, young, vulnerable people joining and it's not okay. I was told I could get agent rates. So that was something I did try quite a lot. I actually emailed quite a lot of hotels and villas and 9 times out of 10, they won't respond to me. I just didn't get a reply. Even like when I was trying to book for my parents and stuff, like I just didn't get a reply. And I was like, why is no one replying to me? I thought maybe it was to do with the coronavirus and stuff. I've since found out that it's because the entire like travel industry hates Inteletravel. In fact, I was talking to a lady the other day, and she owned a guest house, and she said she'd had like an influx of loads of people messaging her saying that they were travel agents and that they wanted to have an agent rates, and she didn't understand what they meant, like because she'd not heard of the company. And when she looked into it and found out that it was an MLM, she was like, I don't want to be associated with an MLM, so she didn't respond. So that's probably why most people didn't respond to me. Yeah, I did get a free upgrade on some of my trips, but I asked there and then at the hotel and showed them my business card. I'm really grateful for that. Another thing you need to think about is how much time are you putting in? I didn't realise. So these advertisers, you know, it's a flexible thing. 60 to 90 minutes a day is all it takes for you to become a 4-figure income earner. That's all it takes. I'll post some adverts actually so you can see the kind of things what I mean. But I'll be honest, 60 to 90 minutes isn't all it takes. I've sat for hours doing quotes for people before, and I mean hours. I've sat for like 6 hours on Sunday, like making a brochure to send to a customer with all different honeymoons in for it to then, they don't book through me anyway, which is fine because that's what people do, they get quotes. But what I'm saying is I would have sat there all that time on my Sunday and I wouldn't have got paid for it. There is no way, if you actually put 60 to 90 minutes a day into your business, your mentor won't be happy with that. If you then ask for help, you'll get, how many hours are you putting into your business? I'm putting everything into my business. And that's what I realised. I stopped doing things. I stopped playing Call of Duty. I stopped seeing my friends. I know we're in lockdown now, but before then, I stopped seeing my friends. I got up at 6 o'clock in the morning to go on calls because I was scared that if I didn't go on a call, I was going to get told off. When I asked for help, I was told, well, did you go on the call at 6 in the morning? No, I didn't go on the call at 6 in the morning because I've got a chronic health condition that means I can't get up at that time. So just have a think, how much time are you actually like putting into it? You know, you end up working for like 6p an hour or something ridiculous. Like, I was putting so much time in. Even my carer said to me now, like, you was obsessed with that business. You was on that all the time. You was on your laptop or on the phone or messaging someone or doing this or doing that. And I was. I felt that if I did anything else and then I wasn't a director, that was my fault because that's how it was. That's how it's drilled into you. Everything is put on you. Nothing is put on the business model that's unethical and has a huge 99% failure rate. It's all down to you. And I don't like that. That's toxic positivity. I'm going to do another video about that. But yeah, just think how much time are you putting in, and that's creating content. So I probably spend an hour a day creating content. I'd spend 6 hours messaging people. I'd spend 2 hours doing travel quotes. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was more than a full-time job. It was my entire life. I couldn't watch a TV. I stopped watching TV. I don't really watch much anyway. But I used to watch Love Island. I'm not going to lie. I like myself a bit of reality cheesy TV. And I didn't watch Love Island because I thought, oh no, they said don't watch Love Island. You know, you shouldn't be watching Love Island. You should be working on your business instead. And that's the mentality. And it's sad. It's not you that's failed. It's the business model's failed. All of us. Even the people at the top, it's the CEOs who are getting the most. Another thing I had to ask myself was, is it what I signed up for? No. If you watch my first video, you'll see what I signed up for. Instead, I was actually signed up through deceitful and very sneaky recruitment tactic that I taught from the powers above, at the top of the pyramid. It wasn't what I signed up for. I signed up to be a travel agent, and I was spending my life messaging people, seeing if people wanted to be a travel agent, because I genuinely thought I was helping them. And that's the crazy thing. I didn't realise people think I was annoying or whatever. I just thought, oh, they just don't have the vision, they don't see it. And that's probably what's been said about me. I don't have long-term vision. I do have long-term vision. And I've seen the downward trend in this particular company, which I'll talk about later. Are there hidden fees in the company you're with? So like I've already spoken about, I had hidden fees. Loads of hidden fees. There was money going up. There was money being fed up from a travel commission. Credit card fees I didn't know about. There was monthly account fees I didn't know about. Wallet fees I didn't know about. There was so much I had no idea about. And like I just mentioned, a downward trend. So is there a downward trend? Now I noticed that when this company I was with was growing, it was all over social media that was growing. We've grown by like 800 agents this month, or we've grown by 1,000 agents this month. We've grown by this many agents, and it was all over. I didn't really see much about the numbers anymore. And that's because the numbers are dropping. The numbers are about either the same or less than they were this time last year, which must mean surely that there is recruitment. They're having to get as many people in as are leaving to keep the pyramid. So basically, the top part of the pyramid is all like stable, but here at the bottom is the reps that aren't earning anything, constantly in, out. And one point that is going to collapse. And we're on a downward trend, so it's starting to collapse now. And the most important reason to quit is purely the fact it is a multi-level marketing scheme. Network marketing, social selling, whatever you want to call it, they all have a 99% fail rate. 97.8% of people, unless it's a sign-up fee. Never mind the fact that now I've worked out it's like nearly £700 over a year. And you're not getting, if you join to get if you actually join now, they tell you that you can be earning money from next week. Just know that that money is not from travel, because you only get paid travel 90 days after the travel's completed, and no travel's completed in lockdown. So all this 77 million or whatever it is that I'm seeing all over everywhere saying, oh, this much has been paid out and this much has been paid out. It's all being paid to the top, and it's all through recruitment, and we have got to stop it. It's an MLM. The money gets paid to the people at the top, at the expense of this revolving door of people at the bottom of the pyramid, coming in and out and in and out and in and out, trying it, quitting, but still feeding the pyramid. Why are MLMs bad? MLM company has literally brought some of the most deceptive recruitment tactics, marketing tactics I've ever seen. The toxic positivity. I mean, you've got to ask, for a long time, I decided to stay in my MLM because of the community. I was like, oh, it's such a good community. You know, I'm going on these calls in lockdown. I've got people to talk to. But ask yourself, okay, if you were to leave that business, will they still be your friend? I know that when I left, no, they weren't my friends. They didn't want to be my friends. They were MLM friends. MLM friends, unfortunately, might tell you that they're your friends for life. But when it comes to it, they're not. And it is tough. It's really difficult. And that's why I've had to take so much time off like social media and things. But yeah, you're not alone. This video, like I say, isn't an attack at anyone. It's literally, I just want you to sit down, think about these things and realise, hang on, is this, you know, look into the business model a bit more. Is it ethical? Are you doing what you signed up to do? Or have you been roped into recruiting people? Because, no offence, if you've recently joined a travel MLM, then you've not been able to use the product. I've used the product. I didn't get the commission I was promised. I haven't got the service I was promised. Definitely not any customer service. So just think, you can't go out there, like, if you're out there promoting it, be careful, because you don't know what you're promoting. I know they'll say that people like me are the devil and to block me, like most have. I'm only saying this to try and help you and try and save you £700 a year. So that's all for today's video. I hope that you liked it. Let me know what you want to see. If you want to see more content about travel businesses, if you want to see some of my old videos and recruitment posts, which are highly embarrassing, let me know what you want to see. If you want to see the recruitment tactics used so that you can warn others of what to look out for, they're a lot sneakier now. It's not quick hey hun in your inbox anymore. They actually build relationships. And if you have been involved in an MLM, or you are in an MLM and you need someone to talk to, or you want to share your experience either anonymously, or you want to come on, have a chat with me on here, we could do a Zoom, whatever, then I would absolutely love that. Also make sure that you check out, so there's a couple of podcasts I'm going to shout out. We have got HUNcovered over on Spotify. The first episode is now live. That's really good, so check that out. And I also want to shout out another podcast, Goodbye MLM, Hello Freedom. They were in the two girls who were in the same MLM as me. Check it out. Yeah, so that's all for today. I'll pop all my links below. Please give the video a like if you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.